Need to raise funds for your next creative project, event, or invention? Or maybe you or a family member are raising funds for much-needed medical treatment. Now, you can get started raising that much-needed cash via Donate68.com, the newest 100% homegrown crowdfunding platform in Trinidad and Tobago. Donate68.com accepts donations from all major credit cards, but not only that, for those without a credit card, you can use your everyday Visa debit card to make donations. So log on today and create a campaign for your next passion project, startup, or cause. Share your campaign with your community of family, friends, and supporters to get the financial backing you need. Donate68.com, funding your culture.
Never know a cold love could have burned me so. Thought the old flame did burn not so long ago. Now I don't know if I should stay or should go. Never know a whole love could have burned me so. I never know it could have. 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 Never know a whole love could have burned me so. Not the old baby girl that's so long ago. Now I don't know if I should stay or should go. Never know a whole love could have burned me so. I never know it could have. 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 Never know a cold love could have burned me so. Thought the old flame did burn not so long ago. Now I don't know if I should stay or should go. Never know a whole love could have burned me so.
John know it make me weak and it's so bad. Never know your love could have make us stop make me think about the birds and the bees where we sit down with the trees on a park in a Trinidad. Long time things used to be good, now things bad. Can't go back to the love that we had. If I could go back in time, I'd change all the things that didn't make it drag. Like the time when I hurt you with the picture on my phone and the next girl in a party. When I make you cry, I like another guy. When I shout and get angry for them time, I can't stop say that I'm sorry. Still won't change how you feel about makeup if I never know. Now I know that's a cool of feel like a kerosene.
Never know it could have. I never know it could have. I never know it could have. I never know it could have.
With a this and a that and a that and a this is when you well tried any water. I miss gotta lose a best girl over some stupidness and never get nothing off feel like this. Take her for granted, she lose interest. Man, I come wrong and you lose a mistress. All because of one mistake, next time not take that risk. Gonna mess around with Kelly, Trisha, and forget about your girl Alicia. If that's the case, it's good she leave ya. But if it's not, then sorry, me brother. I suggest that you find another. It wasn't meant to be placed, don't bother. These things happen often because relationships always get better.
Soon our time will be all done. Would you like to be alone? Or would you like to be unknown? Cause everyone needs someone else. So tell them all that it's not wealth that keeps us happy every day. Forget the work, it's time to play. Always where you wanna be. Let's play on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we are at the rock show. No one's gonna stop you. Do what you wanna do. Anything can happen. Everything will fall in line. Take your time. If you search, then you might find. Not now, then maybe later. Your little piece of heaven. Always where you wanna be. Let's play on 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, so we press this thing here. Boops. Nope. Hello. Good night, everybody. Yes. Any slow exchanges there will be all on Vish. I think he's still recovering from Freak Show. So that was Shut Up by Insert Coin. Saddest Dread Horse by Skid in the Valley, and starting off the set was Cold Love by by Kin Sound System. So yeah, let me hear in the look at comments. Good night all. Happy birthday to me. Thanks Timothy. Hello there, Ishi, Akira. Well, and Rahel, right? Yes. Thanks for the birthday greetings there for those of you who remembered or otherwise were reminded by Facebook. We all know that's how we remember birthdays. You know who guilty of that? Rahel. Every time I see this man, back in the days, right? Rahel will be telling me, hey, happy birthday to Sir Paul. Like Paul McCartney birthday, Paul McCartney churn birthday, John Lennon dog birthday. And he watching me on my birthday and telling me when all these fellas' birthdays, and he's never remembered, but today he did. So I appreciate that. So how many of you all went to the show over the weekend? To Freak Show. It was real good. I love that place. Love that place. The venue made for, I don't know, is take anything that you think might be small and just make it feel so much bigger. Like I'm going to go and start checking out the wrestling. Like I'm not a big wrestling fan, but I just like the fact that these people doing it at that level now. Yeah, you know. So anyhow, back to the show. That show, I don't know for Lynchpin. Anybody went and collect the Lynchpin dollars? Now the members of Lynchpin keep saying these things ain't worth nothing, but I'll show you. I'm gonna buy something with it. I am going to buy something with Lynchpin dollars today from Gerard when he reached here. Yeah, it was a real big show. What time did that finish? Just after 1? Yeah. Just after 1, Insert Coin had closed it off, and Lynchpin. I reached late though. I reached like in time to see Lynchpin. Big screen, plenty people. The best. What were their favorite costumes?
Regan, my brother, the drummer for Cypher. That was his.
What he was wearing?
He wear a witch. Yeah, like a witch.
It
robe and everything.
Regan from Cypher. He went as a witch. I had like that this couple boy who dressed as LPG tanks.
Nah, I didn't see them.
Yeah, that was so awesome. I was waiting for some kind of explosion, some kind of thing, but it was hilarious. It had people, sexy nurses, a whole lot of dark themed, evil looking stuff, witches, goblin. Who else I see? They had a few anime characters. My niece was one of them. That I don't know the anime characters' names. So anyway, let's play some more music. I trying to stall because I don't know what to play next. So do you have any requests? Ishi Pai missed it. Don't worry, they have more things. They have more things coming up. Thanks for the birthday greetings there, Ishi Pai. I saw a few people there who, and they asked me if I know who they are, and I vexed that they're not using their stage names, their rock names now. I see you there. Yeah, you were quiet and behaving yourself well under manners, like if you forget your girlfriend's birthday or something. That's what's going on.
Good boy.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah.
That's why you're so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're taking in the scene and overwhelmed. All of that. Yeah, you was getting rinsed out or some kind of thing. So I don't know where we're continuing from here. You set me up, All right, you choose a song. You choose a song, and we'll continue from there. I don't know, my brain just kind of freeze there. So coming up a little later, we have Gerard Ferreira from Lynchpin, but he's not coming in here to talk about Lynchpin. He's coming to talk about survival, about him being a guitarist and all that. But we'll see when he comes in. We're going to go back to a little bit of music here now, straight from the Orange Sky, Yesterday's and Tomorrow's.
We as a national community utilize the manner of freedom in implementing the mission of marginal utility in the island paradise of Trinidad and Tobago. We have acquired the new efficiency of a
right up and take your ticket to paradise, a better life. I see on the television wolves dressed like sheep on a mission, trying to win the audition, telling lies day and night. Oh, that's the way the story goes. Yesterday and tomorrow. Everybody needs a religion, but some can't make a decision. Leave it up to a politician, telling lies day and night. I hear the voice of the wicked on the radio transmitting. Step right up and take your ticket to paradise, a better life. Oh, that's the way the story goes. Yesterday and tomorrow.
loving you. I said I hear the fact that the truth has rained on me. I said I hear the background of the scenery. I see it pressing as it has made me be. Because it's time I didn't forget, but I remember all the time that we spent alone, the time we spent together. Baby, this broken portrait of your face, it leaves on me like 1,000 ways. mind, because I know that you've been spending time in mine. Maybe the times we didn't forget, maybe the times we didn't remember, and all the times that we spent alone, right back till September. Half past midnight and we're alone. Why don't you pick up when I'm calling you on your phone? Why can't my heart just show me the way out? 'Cause I can't live another day without you, and you know that I won't want you. Just put me back together and show me the way out. 'Cause I can't live another day without you, without you, without you. Show me the way out, 'cause I can't live another day without you, and you know that I won't want you. Just put me back together and show me the way out, 'cause I can't live another day without you.
Yeah, that's The Way Out by Threads of Scarlet. Before that, Yesterdays and Tomorrows by Orange Sky. You know, I never heard that intro before. I think Mike Ross do my little dirty there. You know, when he used to play it, he used to, you know, I guess, you know, fancy things. Fancy things. Donnie, you taking the new Beartooth album? The man, the lady, the Akira asking you a question there. What, me ignoring them or? Thanks, Pulala. Ferreira, say happy with that. That's my mommy, everybody. She took me for lunch and ice cream earlier. Yeah. So Donnie, this t-shirt, right? Is not really a Kelno t-shirt. It was a kind of booby thing my siblings had done for my birthday some years ago. You know? So I just huff this one and I just wear it every randomly when I try to be muxna. So yeah. Thanks, Akira, for the birthday wishes. Thanks, Donnie. Somebody had said, look, somebody requesting Tripped and Fallen. I feel we should go straight into it. I'm talking too much. That way you're saying, I hear you. This is as requested. Ashes and Amber by Tripped and Fallen.
As we try for the 1,000th time to speak of dying as an act that we commit, we slowly fall into a fist of failure. Arms are raised, it looks like this is the end. Should we run
intimidated by the things I'm thinking down now. To the ones that know about loving it is with them orchestrate. Allow them cause I'm intimidated by the things I'm thinking down now. The earth I am, it is true. Stay me, not never sell. I am shoulder to shoulder. You're making me out and injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder. You're making me out and injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah, fearing. Yeah, fearing. Yeah, fearing. Yeah. And then there are some who wanna offer you freedom by taking yours away. Insinuating you don't have to know what you need to know. And in the final hour, people running them a coward. What makes them so afraid? Yeah, them intimidated by the things I think I don't know. Here's I am. It is true. They may not know, but so I am. Shoulder to shoulder. You're making me out, injecting them needles of fear. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder. You're making me out, injecting them needles of fear. Yeah. I'm going on through the mountainside, stand on the peak because we're high. We'll do it comes naturally. Out up through the mountainside, stand on the peak because we're high. We'll do it comes naturally. Out the earth I am, it is out. They me on now, but so are you. Shoulder to shoulder, you're making me out, injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder, you're making me out, injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder, you're making me out, injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah, shoulder to shoulder, you're making me injecting them needles of fearing. Yeah.
That's almost therapeutic. So I deleted the wrong ones apparently, and I kept the terrible ones. Oh no! Oh no! Right. So that was "Bullet" by Sping, a singer called Narisha Khan. This was from the early 2000s. Amazing singer, powerful vocals. If you was around in them days, Vish. Before that, we had Another Day by Flying Crapo. Big tune, Rahil. See? The It Is by Boom Slang. Ashes and Amber by Tripped and Fallen. So, yeah, I was actually going to keep it along the super vocals vibe, but I realized I have some corrupted files there. Damn. Actually, you know what happened? Anyhow, I'll tell you what happened there afterwards. So we continuing right along with Upset the Order. This is The Womb.
Shaken to the point of breaking, woken up to find the truth. All that I have ever been now, blinded in my youth. Crawl to the womb. In the valley lies a woman, crimson motion finds a bruise. Dedicate this holy gift now, thrust that dagger through. Crawl.
Yes. So, I'm sorry. That was the Womb by Upset the Order. UTO, fantastic band, but Jason's voice is top tier. I would agree with you, I think. Akira, use the man, you know. That man have his PC. What was this? I have my PC hooked up to my 1980s Sharp boombox. So actually listening to us on the radio. You know, that is the most modern, old-fashioned thing I've ever heard in my life. That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Rahil, I almost forget, you know, Rahil, for a short period of time, that band I was in Flying Crapo, Rahil was the keyboardist for us live. Unfortunately, we never reached the studio with any keyboards, though. Maybe one of these days. Sarah D, thanks for the greetings, and this one is for you.
Have to admit that you're right. I've never felt like this. Cold air of the night, desire. We're falling in too far. So if you have to live your life, don't go too far. Try to find you. You're the fire of the night. Don't know where you are, don't know where you've been. So won't you take me away from sin? You tell me to come, you tell me to go, but in the end you don't know. So if you have to live your life, don't go too far away. In the end I'll try to find you. You're the fire of the night. Fire, 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 fire of the night. Fire, 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 fire of the night.
So here's the teeth head with this guy, right? You're talking about how strong Devin Harry Paul voice is. That's Devin Harry Paul guitars as well, and it's not his bass. I happen to know on this recording is not his bass playing, but he's also a bass player. Do you think he don't do his drums and he's play
I
and
think
sing
he does
everything?
play drums, huh? I just don't think that he plays.
Yeah,
at
not
that level.
not thing. So anyhow, in keeping, so Ishipai was saying Devin Harry Paul's powerful voice. I'm going to follow up that with, well, my two favorite all-time vocalists in the country, right? So here's the funny thing, right? If we were to make a show of only South musicians, yeah, no, we already did that. 90% of the music we hear in the South, man.
My wife is she from St. James now. Her whole life is in town. She is constantly amazed by the number of musicians that South has produced from time come forward.
Yeah, hold on, we coming back to that, but yeah. The man killing the surprise. Your mic tied to mine, so now people know you're rich.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, Vish, this is the next my next favorite vocalist of all time in Trinidad, who's our next South man in a band called Transylvania Zoo.
Slip into the Sundance, slip and turn and run and roll and scream and touch the sky. There's no tomorrow. Sing your hallelujahs, never ever save it. You don't have the time of day to let your spirit glow.
And I'll be dying the souls from the hollow past. Shed the skin that holds you up wings.
Need to raise funds for your next creative project, event, or invention? Or maybe you or a family member are raising funds for much-needed medical treatment. Now, you can get started raising that much-needed cash via Donate68.com, the newest 100% homegrown crowdfunding platform in Trinidad and Tobago. Donate68.com accepts donations from all major credit cards, but not only that, for those without a credit card, you can use your everyday Visa debit card to make donations. So log on today and create a campaign for your next passion project, startup, or cause. Share your campaign with your community of family, friends, and supporters to get the financial backing you need. Donate68.com, funding your culture.
was the Stairwell by Circle Square. So looking at these comments here, I'm going to tell you how stupid Gerard is in a minute. So Apollo is asking about lumping in central musicians with South. I want to say something. I normally do I try to be unbiased and whatnot, but I'm a central man. I wouldn't lump central and South together. That's a Tony thing. I shouldn't say that. Like people, I've been accused of being from, where you coming quite from South to the show, but I from Shogunus. That's not South. Shogunus is not South. Central is Central. Port of Spain is West, as far as I'm concerned. Arima and Kirep is North. And South is South. South is Cuba is not even South. South is San Fernando and environs and Point Fortin and kind of things. And anyway, before I get carried away in my biases, let me introduce our guest for tonight, who is a South man, who actually telling me he from Central, and I'm real confused, right? But I invited this guy on not to talk about necessarily his current band, but bands and the history of survival in this whole rock underground scene and whatnot. Also because I couldn't find anybody else to show up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, so welcome Gerard Ferreira.
Thank you. I know I was studying something. You were in my house in Shogunus.
In Shogunus?
Yes, for our New Year's lime.
That was in Shogunus. I was in Valsin.
That was in Shogunus. You and Windsor and Leonard passed through.
This is in which part of Shogunus? In Lange Park?
Yes.
That
just occurred to me.
I remember.
But this man was in my house though.
Yeah, but you didn't move to Shogunus.
I did not move to Shogunus.
You was in a band with South men.
Yes.
You was in Vox. I
South.
meet you. So how you from South and you're from Central?
I went to school in South and my family is from South as well.
So while you was going to school, you lived in South?
I was commuting every day.
All right. No, that counts. I'm not going to deny your South heritage, but I'm not going to call you a South man because you're from Central. This is a unique case. I just take note. This is a unique case of a Central man who is a South man.
I'm a vessel.
A
hybrid.
That cheesiness I will never miss.
I'm also a father now, so
here's your $1.
Thank you.
For that, right? No more. No, yes, so you're also a father now.
Yes.
So that's an interesting point. But that we will get to about being a father. But for those who on here and don't know, Gerard is a guitarist.
Primarily.
Primarily. He's currently the guitarist for Lynchpin and previously the guitarist for Vox DS.
Yes.
Right? Both of which are very popular, had a strong following and were fully capable of doing their own shows, as in not dependent on a promoter doing it, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about Gerard, the outer school Gerard wanted to play music. Let's start there, because I have so many places I could start with you. I could start with the bands or the promotional part of it. Let's start with you. Let's start with, say, Gerard from Central. Sure. Gerard the South man from Central.
Yes. That's a good way to put it, Gerard the South man from Central.
You're going to school in Press South?
Yeah.
Right.
So
no comment about Press South. None. Right. Right. Good.
So the reason I got into guitar is because drums were too expensive when I was growing up. Because I really wanted to be a drummer.
Right, I remember that, but I remember also, and this is in recent years, like when I say recent, within the last 10 years or so, something we were talking about, and he said, "Yes, play drums."
Yeah, so that's why I said primarily I'm a guitarist, because up until I got married, so like 3 years ago, I was playing drums full time, like not full time as a musician, but I was playing drums when I was playing guitar.
So you're not playing drums anymore?
There, but I haven't touched drums in a while. But
so you have a drum kit at home?
Yeah.
There's a full live thing or electric drum kit?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, that makes sense.
But I've done gigs with that kit and thing. It's a proper kit.
So wait a minute. Because my drummer on a little bit of hiatus, trying to settle down things with his life and whatnot. I need a drummer for a project.
Nah. I have no time. That's exactly why I do drums, because I don't have time.
But you just play guitar, you have time for that?
I have time for practicing guitar with the band. That's it.
All right. Anyway, back to you.
But yes, so
you were in school.
I couldn't get a drum set because it was too expensive. So my grandmother got me a guitar. Well, she said get anything I wanted from what was Sasu before?
I'll tell you in a second.
Right. Thanks. The store at Sasu was
Samaru's,
that was
yes.
it. Right. So we went to Samaru's.
Good job, Sasu employee.
I took a look at the drum kits and I was like 510,000 and I was like, no, I can't make my grandmother spend our money. So the guitar was like 800. It's a Biscayne Flyer. So
Right.
yeah, got a guitar and just kind of electric guitar, not even acoustic at that point in time.
Yeah.
And fell into it. Did classical guitar lessons for a while
That's how I started as well.
and then just by the way pick up rock guitar. I used to think rock was devil thing as well, by the way. Thank you, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, for introducing me to Korn at the end, and that changed my entire life. Because I was listening to Beanie Man and thing before.
I still listening to Beanie Man. That is my current playlist. Is late 90s dancehall. Like is Wake
Some
Me
of
Up,
the
is
best.
Wriggle Ma a different way. You know?
So yes, and Nico from Vox and I had a mutual friend, and I'd been to a couple of their shows, and I really liked what they were doing. And they were looking for another guitarist, and mutual friend Stephanie was like, hey, I have this friend. That was it. We hit it off, and
Formed Vox.
that was the start. Well, not formed, because Vox was already formed. So Vox was Nico, Matthew, Kellon on drums, this Kellon, and Devin Harry Paul.
Yeah.
on bass.
Yeah. I didn't know that version of it. So when Devin was telling me, yeah, I was in the original Vox, I was like, what do you mean the original Vox?
Yep.
I record the original Vox. You weren't there. So
Nah,
I didn't know. I didn't know all the history.
Yeah.
And right, and I remember in the very early. So there's the interesting part, right? So you all start this band, start doing small gigs. I had one or two places that you could have played. Bravo! I was doing those shows at some point that you were there.
Yep.
And then Jens was still very active and whatnot. So where your first gig?
Our very first gig, Sundar did not. Wasn't Sundar didn't join the band as yet? I think Sundar didn't join the band. And oh gosh, I'm trying to remember who was on guitar. If you're listening, I'm sorry. But we had somebody else who filled in on bass for that gig, and it was pop rock.
Your first gig was in pop rock?
Very first gig with Vox was on pop rock, yeah.
Or well, your first gig, right? So I guess
Yeah, my first gig was in Prez. It was just a random,
a school thing,
yeah,
right?
talent show or something like that.
Right.
But my
Really?
first gig with Vox was pop rock.
That's a big start because all right. So like as a new musician, a school talent show would be very forgiving, as opposed to a stage like pop rock. But I assume the band would have had confidence going in,
Yeah,
where you may have been thinking that you knew.
that was not a good gig though. I borrowed Sean Hussein's guitar, and it was a Floyd Rose, and
The tune keep going all over the place.
no, the string bus. Right before we went on stage, as I took the guitar out of the case to go on stage,
Oh,
the
damn.
string bus. And I don't know nothing about tremolo and Floyd Rose and things, so I played the gig without my third string. One of the most important strings for all the songs that we had to play. It was not in tune, sir. It was, as I said, a terrible gig.
So so Vish asking how he kept it together. You see, you had to remember it. That Gerard, that was his first big gig. So that Gerard and this Gerard is two different things. If that happened to you now, what you'll do? You have a spare guitar, you have a tech working with you.
I know how to change strings quick.
Right.
And I don't have a Floyd Rose anymore.
Yeah. So I remember when you came in to do the recordings in Chagonas by my studio there. I remember in the early, so you all had a whole lot of concerns, like any band would, about how you get your sound and how you do this and how you do that. And I
Yeah.
remember telling all you, regardless of what you're doing, no matter how much you prepare, and you should prepare and come in prepared, 10 years from now, you're going to sound 10 years better. And you're going to say, hey, what rubbish is this recording from 10 years ago? You know? And in a way, not what rubbish, but you'd be 10 years better.
Yeah.
Right? And so, I mean, looking at you now versus that first gig, is two different humans.
100%.
So, tell me how, like, over that time, how your temperament would have changed. So, like, what would infuriate you then that wouldn't infuriate you now? Because I'm trying to get at what progress is for you.
You're right. So I don't think that things stopped infuriating me. Well, I don't think anything really infuriated me. But I think I still get nervous. Like somebody's asking me, so you don't get nervous? And I was like, I get nervous every time I play. But I understand what to do with that anxiety now. And I understand that is just a natural part of it. So I think experience has brought coping mechanisms that I didn't have all the time.
Right.
So over the years, it's just learning how to deal with things and being prepared. And as you said, being prepared. Preparation is most of it. And just going through enough situations that you know what to do and you know what is expected of you professionally now.
Yeah.
And I think that is what a lot of bands need to learn about as well.
So you being the professional, I'll get back to that in a second, but I kind of want to point out this month is Men's Mental Health Month. Now that's a big deal for me, and I think it should be a big deal for everybody because it should be, and people saying and quantifying what's good or what you need to man up and what you need to whatever. People be going through things and whatnot. And it's an important thing you just said about having the coping mechanisms. It doesn't mean that the anxiety is gone. It doesn't mean that the problems are gone. It's just that you found a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if somebody drinking too much or getting carried away with an addiction. Or
I'll give you an example of something that happened recently. Somebody opposed one of my band members right after we finished in a big way. And
this is the recent gig? This is
I'm not saying when it happened.
Okay.
I'm just saying it happened recently enough.
Okay.
And somebody opposed one of my band members in a big way. And I wanted to get involved. But I'm more self-aware of my emotions and my mental state now. And I knew that my emotions and my mental state at that point in time were on a knife edge to become violent and have a bad temper.
Okay.
That I control very well, to be fair. But I knew that if I got involved, that could escalate the situation. So I should not get involved. I'd just be here be physically here for more emotional, moral support for my band member.
Yeah.
But I can't get involved at this point in time. So that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Versus Gerard 10 years ago, Gerard and Vox would have jumped in at one time.
Right. Yeah. So is it that you were able to rationalize with yourself not to get into it, or you have triggers that you go to bring yourself down? As in, some people would say, no, my wife not going to like this. No, the baby home sleeping. Stop. Do you use triggers like that, or you just...
I know,
not me.
Yeah, no, I know I don't want to escalate the situation. So what is going to escalate the situation, or what is not going to escalate the situation?
Right. Fair. Which is steps ahead of what I was saying, actually. Yeah. That's good. I mean,
but
it's good.
Something you spoke about, I was talking to somebody else recently about performance anxiety, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the things you can do to ground yourself is actually like take a pick and push it into your finger. Because that pain grounds you. It's not a serious amount of pain. It brings you to the present.
I have a thing I do, and a few musicians, younger fellas I had worked with, had adopted it. And they call it the Darren dance. But it's not, I guess it's a dance. So I heard tricks about bumping your knee into something, or in cadets, when you have to stand up for real long, they'll tell you roll onto the ball of your feet, get the circulation going, and remind yourself. You know, nowadays they call it it's an anxiety thing.
Like anxiety mitigation or something.
Yeah, no. Mindfulness. Mm-hmm. Mindfulness is all things to trigger mindfulness and whatnot. But what I used to do before I knew any of these things is you'd feel nervous, and I believe you should feel nervous before a gig. If it's important, if you have something on your sleeve, if you have something to lose, you'd feel nervous. If you're not feeling nervous, then it's just a job.
Yeah.
Right. So I look forward to that nervousness, right? But you feel this thing in your stomach. Butterflies, call it what you want. And I do this kind of hop. So my belly will move, and it's kind of shake the butterflies now.
Yeah.
And it is feel like your belly moving instead of just the butterflies. So
I like that.
I used to say it's like dancing with the butterflies. So it's similar. It's very similar to the pick or bouncing your knee or whatever, that you have a destructive sort of thing. But this to me kind of envelop it a little bit now.
It ties into something that I also recommend. Is reminding yourself that this is something you enjoy doing. No?
Yeah.
Because the anxiety could get in the way of remembering that you enjoy this. Because you're so focused on the anxiety, you just want to get the anxiousness out of the way. So you just go and you play and you just do whatever to get over the anxiousness. But that's not why you're playing. You're not playing to rid the anxiety. You're playing because you enjoy this.
Yeah.
So what I've told like younger people as well is if you're feeling anxious, remind yourself, remember that this is what you enjoy, and remind yourself of why you enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
And find that in the performance as well.
Yeah.
So to tie that back into the darn dance gets you moving.
Yeah.
It gets you dancing. You could feel enjoyment in the dance as well.
You convert the anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a sense, the anxiety is the currency is the value. It's somehow I can measure it with anxiety. If I'm worried about what I'm going, if I'm anxious about what I'm going to do,
it's important. It's important enough to be anxious.
Yeah. If I'm being ridiculous about it, that means I have too much time on my hand. You know. But right. So Anchorage.
Yeah.
Right. What was the progress of the band thereafter? Was it soon after that you all came to start recording? I think it was like a year after, right?
I don't even know what the time frame was, but it wasn't shortly after, because I believe it was Sundar who wasn't in the band for that gig, but he was joining the band. He just couldn't make it for pop rock.
Yeah, he was always kind of busy. He had a real hectic job.
He still has a very hectic job.
Yeah.
So we came together and we practiced and we played shows, but I think we played shows and we threw shows to get enough money to buy gear. And then I think after that show, maybe about another year passed before we ended up by you. Because we were still writing songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember that there was a particular show. It was a big deal for me for multiple reasons, but it was a real proud moment because I was trying to get people to come out and do things and whatnot, and you all had approached me. This was when Bravo, the shows that I was promoting at the time had gotten real popular and it became a mainstay. And I was able to call other popular places in the country and tell them, hey, you can't have a show on this day. We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, swing your dick around.
Yeah. yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did. But I remember you all had approached and say, hey, we need to raise some funds and we want to do this and whatnot. And you all took one of the nights.
Yeah.
And made it a Vox DS night. And the show squad was like a zillion people in the place.
I remember the lead up to that show.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. I remember the guy at the club who was doing promotions and that was a big deal to me because all you were close to me at that point. No.
Not Junior?
That's not.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I mute that because you're not supposed to hear this, right?
Yes.
That guy.
Yes.
So,
yes.
right, I remember you all were promised a whole lot of promotional material from, if it was Carib or some other product sponsors, which would have been able to have been converted into profit-making stuff and whatever, and this fella just...
Didn't come true.
He didn't come true. He didn't show up. And he wasn't man enough to say anything. He said, hey, tell them fellas I didn't get through. And hang up on me. He didn't even keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
So I was real upset. I was supposed to get paid out of that for helping promote, and I waived my fees because in lieu of this other guy, I was like, no, this is the club side of it. It would be really unfair to all you, so no.
Yeah.
So I was real upset about that, but I was real glad and proud because all you came like 2-3 weeks later with some giant bass amp and some new guitar and whatever that all you work for.
Yeah.
You know, people think the show is how much you sweat on the night, and they don't realize it's like
everything,
a whole lot of sweat for weeks before. You know, and even weeks or 2 months is a short space of time. You know, so after that, you all went into recording. You You know them tracks still available, right? Or you should remix it, do something with
We
it.
want to re-record them, actually.
Re-record,
Yeah.
right? And have a million facilities available near to your house.
There are a million
Yes.
facilities available in everybody's house. We
Yeah.
don't have time. That's I'm saying.
Yeah, making time. Yeah, making time.
Time is a function of what is important, right? But
Yeah, that's a fancy way of putting it. Like if something really important to you is how you prioritize it.
Yeah.
So though, let me see if anybody commenting on these recordings. So Akira is saying, I have anxiety and can relate a lot. It's only these past few years that I was able to refine my techniques to deal with it. The hard part is the
the ruminations
ruminations. Yeah.
is the dwelling on it. Is
Yeah.
The letting the anxiety run away with you.
It's letting it get into your own head, being in your own head.
Yeah.
Being in your own head. Like somebody was asking me today, a friend who has to go into some fairly serious surgery later on this month, how to deal with the anxiety. And I was like, well, you had to talk to your doctors and let them know, because they would have dealt with people pre and post operation. I said, but the one thing that's helped me is be as informed as you could. Be as informed. And this person was saying, and the family members were saying, no, don't research it, it'll just scare you. No, be informed so that when things happening, you know if it's spaces and gaps that your brain trying to fill,
Yeah.
or if it's facts.
Right.
If it's something to genuinely be afraid of. And
You,
some
you know
way-
if it's a oh shit moment or moment.
yeah, there is some level of control to be had, you know?
Right.
So, yeah,
But yes.
So Vox and the instruments and all the equipment and whatever.
Right.
I remember all your bass man. Was it Olia or BRC? No, it was BRC who had a guitar that they were using as bass.
Yeah, that was BRC. The green
Yeah.
baritone.
Yeah, it was BRC, wasn't Olia. Yeah, so in terms of equipment, I know later on, 'cause I was real impressed. You had come to some gig or the other. I think I was playing in the gig as well. And I saw this Hughes and Kettner amp. And I was like, who the hell know about Hughes and Kettner?
And that was one bitch to bring inside this country. Eh?
Yeah.
I can't sell, literally, I don't even play that amp. I just cannot sell it because of how difficult it was to bring that to the country.
Things are a little easier now, but I could imagine it's because that was rare. Like, you know, it's a serious amp.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it and thinking, now it's some next level big shot inside here. And it was not an international show, it was local bands and whatnot. Then I found out it was yours. Like, yes, them fellas know to get things done.
Too much of amp.
Yeah.
I would never buy an amp like that now.
Well, what drove you to go that level of boutique?
I don't even remember. I just remember looking up amps. I can't even tell you how I came upon Hughes and Kettner. I just was looking at bands that I liked and how they got their sounds and stuff like that. And there must have been one of them mentioned Hughes and Kettner. I
Yeah.
know. I think Jeff Loomis
I don't know.
or somebody from Nevermore had a Hughes and Kettner.
I remember the super boutique amps in that era was Hughes and Kettner, Orange, Pig Nose. I mean, everybody know about the Marshalls and the Fenders, and they have their range of products from affordable to what the hell, you know. But boutique, like you expect to go behind a castle in Europe under a
and
bridge.
see it. And probably you will see Hughes and Kettner there as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say is ultra boutique. I think they have the models that are very boutique. That one was
I didn't see one in the country before.
available.
Because soon after that, we were flooded with very affordable Orange amps.
Yeah.
With the minis and all that, which were, to me, they were high quality, and they just tried to fit a wider range of budgets, right? But the Hughes, you ever see one of those in the country before or after? There's it.
I've barely even seen a Hughes and Kettner in international shows and stuff like that.
He was just trying to be fancy.
I was trying to be different somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, but you see, the proud thing to me is that group of fellas from Vox would go after things.
Yeah.
they would stop and ask, what do I want? Not what I could afford or whatever. They dream as big as you could and then figure out the steps to get there. And it would always be steps.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be just jumping. It was never ridiculous or frivolous. I know fellas locally who sell the car to buy a guitar and an amp, but then they don't have a car to carry the guitar and amp to the next gig. You know, I like sell the car not to use some of the money to buy the guitar and amp, to use all the money.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But I can't sell half a car, right?
no, but if you sell a car for $50,000, you could buy a guitar and an amp for 20,
Yeah.
and still pay your rent
Fair
with the
enough.
change,
Yeah.
as opposed to buy a guitar and an amp for 50
And then just have nothing.
and hope that you can mama guy some girl to stay by them. You know, like now all your fellas set some standards at the time, and were
but-
always very approachable.
I think that necessity is the mother of invention, but you still have to have drive. Because Vox was banned from gens for a bit. And that's how come we ended up throwing some of our own shows as well.
What caused the ban? Enough time passed.
Nico, no, I was not personally involved, so I never remember. But I think Nico and Matthew remember this better because we were talking about this the other day. Joanna was dating somebody from, I think it was Strychnine.
Yeah.
And Strychnine, something happened between Strychnine and Vox. And I don't know if words pass or whatever. And I believe that was it.
And
Yeah. Nico and Matthew, if they ever hear this, they could correct me if I was wrong.
you told Nico that you're on?
Me, no. As we talk to Nico in Miami, no. In Florida.
Wait, how you mean, like, all this travel together? Like, there's a thing? There's the Vox retirement line?
We bounce up in Florida in May and June going to shows.
Ah, okay. I just only see him on Facebook. I only see most of all, I see you. But
Very
other than that,
randomly.
everybody else on Facebook.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I saw John once in passing because his wife is in the National Philharmonic.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some, I can't remember what was he had passed for, whoever, that's his wife. He get past and check his wife. You know, I was like, hey, look. And that was it.
It's always a special occasion when you see something.
Yeah, it was like, I saw him for like 30 seconds in the last 15 years. And he's the exact same way, the same excited.
He's just a lot stronger.
Uh,
Or buff looking.
yeah, I couldn't tell because he was never the same clothes type.
Yeah.
He was still this floppy.
He was always strong
Spectre.
because he started real heft them big day sample and things.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. And I heard stories of his upbringing and whatnot. That he was always active and getting things done. Yeah. But we going to start losing relevance. Say, you know who we talking about? You know who's
no,
Sundar?
probably not. Oh, and also big up to Aaron and happy birthday to him as well.
I was wondering when that was coming. Aaron birthday is today. Important people birthday. Hey, Rihanna, thanks for the greetings. Genevieve, happy birthday to me and Aaron. Oh, is that how you remember Aaron's birthday?
No.
From reading the comments?
No, I tell Aaron happy birthday already since this morning.
Okay. Oh, Sivan real like, yeah, amp, that blasted amp is so damn heavy. Oh, heavy. Right? It don't matter how it sounds. We could go direct these days.
But
Hey,
yeah,
look-
so I feel like we real went off course there. 'Cause
Yeah.
we had things to talk about.
Yes, we have things to talk about. So anyway, Vox. Tell me about the so let's not be boring and just go through day by day what happened and whatever. And
Yeah,
whatever.
we don't
How-
even talk about my personal thing. We talking things.
Yeah, so like what was the end of Vox? It have people who dying to hear Vox still who so they do
Yeah.
a one-off show and all yeah.
We talking about
You
doing
know?
a show for the longest while. Like we all want to do a show. It's literally just time. It's just again time, and
So
it's syncing schedules as well.
It just had to set a date a month in advance.
Yeah,
Say
but
here
probably
what?
more than a
The
month.
first Monday of December at 6 p.m. Let's meet at so and so place to rehearse for 2 hours. We all big, so
Yeah.
we don't have the excuse of reaching late anymore.
And then we had to remember how to play things. So it had to be more than 2 hours, but I get your point.
No, I practice at home while you're waiting on the shower.
I need to practice with Nico because I can't remember. We have to feed off each other to remember these things.
Or just get Nico to practice and you can fluff.
Ah, fair enough.
You know, we'll
But-
put a
but Nico
flashlight
hears
behind
this
the. Yeah.
But yes, yeah. Now we've been talking about that for a while, man. Like I think that we would like to, and you know, this is the year of the reunions and the people come back, bands coming back, bands from the 2000s and then coming back and playing now. So, is the time is ripe for a Vox kind of reunion. And we were actually talking about doing a Vox Cryptic, and I forget what the other band was. Overdose. Was it Overdose?
Overdose. Yeah.
Was Vox Cryptic and some other band we were talking about doing a reunion.
Who else was around in them days?
Well, Richard not there, so maybe it wasn't Overdose. But yes.
Vox, Cryptic, Flying Crapo. That probably not gonna happen. I don't know. That would be cool though. Who else was popular then?
Tripped and Fallen.
I begging them, but that expensive. That's a whole trip from Canada or to Canada.
Even if Barry was there, I don't know if that would happen. I don't know if they are in that space again.
Yeah,
I think that book is closed and they on to other things.
Yeah, but don't digress, sir. What Vox in that space, like the individual members?
What if it's closed?
If all in the space to do that, because you're saying it overdue, but that's you. What the rest of the guys?
It didn't stop because of any animosity or anything like that. It was just life. People got busy doing other things, and that was it. I was away for a bit. Rennie Beckles played in Vox for I think 1 or 2 shows.
Rennie Beckles.
Yeah.
Oh
Was it Rennie or Ronnie? I can't remember who.
Same day.
One of them. One of the not twins.
Yeah, the not twins. That was like the Beckles way. We'll play some of them in a while.
So that was it. And then I think I had a few shows where I was playing Lynchpin and Vox back to back. A couple lockdowns and some random other shows.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of died.
So I like people who's playing multiple bands, the band who's and whatever. And somebody had pointed to me on this show self. I never play in 2 bands at the same time. Like I don't think I'm capable. Like I just want to say I have shit for brains that I wouldn't remember the songs and whatnot, but it's not that. It's that my focus wouldn't be there. I am one of these
like singular minded.
Yeah, like I could be in love with you.
Yeah.
You know, and be focused on you and obsess about you. That's the nature of me. I'm a addictive type.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to get immersive. And like when I was playing with Joint Pop, when they confirmed that I will be playing with them, as a matter of fact, no, before that, when I had to go in for at the audition, right, I put on headphones and was playing Joint Pop on repeat for like a week straight. And I talking about a minimum of 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right, till it was like the back of my hands, you know. But that's me. I can't play multiple gigs. I had to be in love, and in that moment, every gig is a wedding. You know, like I don't know how you used to it. You know, even like doing sessions in studio. I don't know if you did much of that. To switch from one band to the next, you should take a kind of I need that kind of cleansing.
The only time in recent. The only experience in recent times that I've had like that was tracking drums for We Are the Shepherd. Oh, yeah. Tracking drums for We Are the Shepherd and doing Lynchpin stuff. But that's 2 very different things now.
Yeah.
So that was easy enough. I feel like if I were doing guitar for different bands, I would use what I'm doing in one to benefit the other now. So if I'm doing technical stuff in one, at least it's helping hone my technicality for the next band.
Yeah. I think I would get very mechanical at some point. I would need to be produced. And that's the thing. It's a big deal to me with producers. I have a lot of people who call themselves producers and they get a lot of technical stuff done. And there are fellas who call themselves producers who's just get the feel out of it.
And both are important.
Both are important, but I think we had more tech. So I've been taking it on. Back in the days when people used to say that the recording sounded local. It's like, what's that sound exactly? That's where it was all tech and no artistry to me.
Okay.
So for me to play session and be able to switch between things, I'd have to totally trust the producer. And you say, nah, Darren, you're sounding too square and whatnot. And I'd have very few people I know who would do that. Not who capable, I'd have plenty of people capable. But the kind of fellas who will be bold-faced and say, nah, Darren, that's shit. And you know it's shit. And I know it's shit. And you're wasting my time.
Yeah.
Right?
You need realists like that.
Yeah. Well, Windsor and me is friends forever. So Windsor know how to do that with me.
Yeah.
Right? But how many other people will take that level? I think because this is a nice segue into the next thing I wanted to get in, which the industry behind recording, the industry that would supply a need for recordings, I think is not sufficiently developed to have created such producers. I say too much there in one sentence.
If I'm following you, you're saying that we have a lot of producers and not a lot of industry.
Yeah.
How many local, are you just talking about local rock?
I talking local underground, whatever you'll consider underground. Things that not... You know what? Let's take a break and get back to this.
Okay.
I seen the wires crossing. My own wires I talking about.
Oh.
Right?
Nah, because I was going to talk about Trinidad and thing because they have real Trinidad producers as well. But they making proper money.
Right. So that's okay. Okay. So no break for us apparently. Right? So here's what I said. If somebody were to come to me and say, all right, that's rubbish, do it over, or try this, or try that, or whatever. For you to have that, let's say, quote-unquote, arrogance, that you know better than me who actually playing it.
Yeah.
Right? To do that.
But that's why you go and buy somebody to be a producer, not somebody to record you, though.
Yeah, the recording is if I were to say that the recording of Vox Diaz, or the recording of anybody, is an art and a science, where the science have definable parameters, and the art doesn't. Not as quantifiable.
Right.
Or not as easily quantifiable.
Yeah.
Right? Going by somebody to record things, it have rules to that. You do clip, you do this, you do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But the mix, right? What people don't realize is that the mix is based on a performance, and you could do a performance devoid of emotion, where it's all mechanical.
Yeah, well, if that's what you want.
But that's where a producer comes in.
Right. Yes. But which is my point as well. You're not going by somebody who's a producer to just record, to get the technical things down and call out George. No. You're going by somebody who's a producer to get, you're going to tell them, this is the kind of sound that I'm looking for from this.
Yeah.
And your job is to help me get to that point.
Yes. And that could probably exist now, but in my experience, there's a certain fragility that a band would come in with. I want to hear this and I want to be this way and whatever. And there are a lot of people who don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And what it takes to survive as a band out in the wild doing shows and whatnot, what it takes to survive the circuit, the underground shows, is a certain amount of it's another sacrifice and work on the part of the band and the band's leader.
Yeah.
That is hard to separate from that when you go into a studio to record.
And also this is your vulnerabilities. This is your artistry.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's a fragility about it. But
right. But this is what I saying where we tie into, and this is where I want you to comment, where it ties into industry. If we had an industry where there was a greater sense of remuneration for the
why
work that you're
do
doing.
this? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, this producer. So, all right, Marshall would use certain songwriters, right? And there's a way to quantize what they do. You see the crowd responses. You see the requests for radio airplay.
Yeah.
You see the radio airplay, and you get a check from the
But
copyright organization.
local rock has never been about that. Not that we didn't want to be about that.
Yeah.
But it's not like that's a new thing now. There was never any monetary reward in this. So the reward is non-monetary. You are creating an album for the art of it.
So the goal is Masturbation. The goal is I just doing this to say I do it.
It's not to say I've done it, but it's if you are creating something, that maybe it's a part of the creative process for a lot of musicians. Some people, painters, could paint a painting. They put paint on a canvas, they'll form it into something, and that is the painting, right?
Yeah.
Musicians can do that live and call out George. Live could be their canvas and putting their paint on a canvas, or it could be doing that live and doing the recordings. And to them, the paint is not fully on the canvas unless there's a recording of it. And maybe for musicians, that is the entire creative process. And maybe that is why some musicians are doing the recordings.
Where's the longevity in that though? Because to be able to support that cycle, to be able to go out to do shows, to have the equipment.
This is not a local thing. There are bands. Forget the recording label, Uneven Structure, and a few other people were. Is it Sign-Ups? I can't remember. Anyway, so I remember reading about this big international band. Well, big international bands I'm talking about, but this is international bands who playing out there and thing.
Yeah.
And there was an article on the record label's website about the day jobs of the band members. And that's when I realized, like, it's just across the board. It's across the board. It's not a trend thing. People, like, for a large part of rock and roll and metal people and thing, it is a expensive hobby. It's a passion project, an expensive passion.
Right.
And that's why you do it, because it's your passion.
Right.
It's not for monetary gain. The monetary gain is any kind of monetary gain is a nice cherry on top of being passionate about what you do and having the passion go out there and stuff like that.
But certainly there's a way somebody could see this as a career.
In local rock or what?
In local rock. If somebody were to approach as a career, you think that's a crazy
I
expectation?
I don't believe in labeling something as crazy and putting it down one time. So if somebody had a business idea for local rock and I saw that it had legs, or even if I didn't see it had legs, but they were passionate about it, I would help them try to flesh it out. But if to be a musician in local rock, I don't know how that would be financially rewarding, unless and they have cover bands who play in every week, and maybe that's it there. That you need to be a cover band that could play out every week and have expanding repertoire of songs, and you do that, and that is what is going to be rewarding, or that's what is going to get the money coming in.
Right. Well, in my from my observations is you can have a career as a musician. If you're niche down, you have to know that's your passions. I mean, and
That's a good way to put it.
yeah, and that's observing was there. That's just being factual. The dream of being a career rock musician. I mean, if somebody wanted to do that, they should try to do it and whatnot. But a model, and we used to talk about this when you all were recording, right? And the example I'd used then is the same example I'd use now. Just more people know of her now. I used to follow this singer Kate Bush, right? And she got back popular. One of her songs was
Because of Stranger Things. Yeah.
Because of Stranger. That's cool because she's an awesome weirdo. I love weirdos. I think I live today because I was able to see like her and David Bowie and whatnot, and it's like, oh yeah, it's okay. I not weird. I just didn't find my lake this moment.
Yeah, tribe.
My tribe, yeah. And what she did, and I was talking about this since the mid 2000s. What she did, she decided, and she told the labels this that because they keep pushing to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And she's like, she didn't use these examples, but basically she said, I don't want to be the pop star like Madonna or this or that or the next. I am able to record and do what I'm doing and put on shows for this group of people. So let's stay focused and loyal to them who showing me loyalty.
Yeah.
Right? And it was something like 200. She decided on a number, or the label had helped figure out a number, something like a 200,000 people fan base. And yeah, how she got bigger was, which is the case with a lot of musicians. Chili Peppers had heard her somewhere, buy the album and carry it and was playing it for their friends and whatnot. And that's how she broke through to the American market. But she didn't care to get Guns N' Roses big.
Right.
Or Madonna big or whatever genre big.
Yeah.
Right? She decided to do that. And then I saw going into, but then strengthened by the pandemic, where bands were saying, it's in the States though, you're saying, oh, we could use social media and just market to this group of people.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, when you're doing a show, when you're promoting a show, you'd stop and say, okay, here's what I need. Sound system, bands, here's what they cost. I wouldn't, this place could hold 500 people. So I need to sell a minimum of these tickets at this price to make back my money. Right? Bands started doing that with social media, saying, right, if we're going to put on a show, we need to do this and this and this. And they got rid of some of the bills by doing it in-house.
Yeah.
By being able to do it live stream, that sort of thing. Corey Wong is one of them. Still doing it. Right? I can't remember the name of the band he used to play with, but he's one of them. That man is play rhythm guitar like a lead guitarist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I'll send you some links later on, right? But you could create a model like that, which is what I see Lynchpin doing. It's like Lynchpin doing their own shows and modeling it there, but that's also what Vox was doing.
Yes. And that, it only occurred to me recently that both bands that I have been in had similarities like that. Like we took the responsibility and the onus.
Or you were workers.
So
both bands.
Yeah. We had the drive.
Yeah.
But we again, the necessity was the mother of doing that, because I remember Vox was not a liked sound at one point in time. It was not a mainstream sound.
Yeah.
And there's a funny, well, it wasn't funny at the time, but when Eli was doing
Circle of Rock.
Zakur, yeah. But he wasn't, not Circle of Rock. He had a relationship with casinos, and he was taking local rock bands.
Circuit.
Yeah, to casinos. So I saw a couple bands in casinos because of him.
Yeah.
And then we were talking to him. Long story short, we end up in the casino in Long Circular. As looking back at it now, it's a horrible idea. No?
Yeah.
That was never going to work out. No, but whatever, it happened. So we end up there. I think we did not get past the first song, and the casino manager came on in the middle of a song and was like, nah, stop this. No.
Yeah.
Get out of here. So we can't play in gents at one point in time.
Yeah.
We can't do the casino circuit that everybody was getting through. We couldn't do Bravo Bravo every weekend. And I still think about your ABC strategy for shows as well. So we had to do our own thing. And Lynchpin is not a mainstream sound. I think Akira said it just now. I want to get back to something that Akira said.
Sure.
But Akira spoke about a niche of a niche. It's a sub-industry of a sub-industry.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
As always say, Lynchpin is a niche within a niche. Because metal in Trinidad is already small, and our sound of metal is even smaller. Because there are people who like metal who like our sound. So we had to do our own things. We could not at one point in time, when we were now starting out, especially for the first, I would say 9 years of our life, we could not go to just any place and say, hey, could we throw a show here? This is what we sound like. Let's do this, please.
Right. Yeah, to do your own shows.
Exactly. Now we have a track record and we have a back-end that we could say, hey, we approaching whatever venue we want and say, okay,
yeah,
this is what we've done. We bust Shaker's Bar a couple times in one night.
Yeah.
We've bust other people's bars. We bring not only a crowd, we bring a crowd of drinkers. So you are going to profit from us being here. What can we do? Let's work on something.
I have seen that with a band I was with. My first band is that nobody hear about us wherever, but you walk in and that was the whole crowd.
Yeah.
And we walk out to breeze off And the whole crowd left and was like, yeah, we need to book these guys because they're bringing people. Good promoters, in a way, don't even care what the music is once you're selling, which is the case study for that is Korn. The first label that signed them wasn't signing that heavy an act. But Korn was filling up clubs in LA or wherever it was. And they're coming outside and opening the car trunk and selling out the CDs, selling out hundreds of CDs in a night. So basically, what the label had to do, just provide a recording facility for you and put you on tour.
That's it.
Right? The music was selling already. So when you come out and already doing that, so in a way, you are the good examples you have is how to work and get done. The bad examples might be just that you don't know it any differently. You don't know it any differently because there's what I'd say was the weakness. There's a particular musician I have in mind, but I'm not going to call the name. I think one of the greatest weaknesses we have in this industry is a lack of proper management. You have people who just collect money or manage your ticket count and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But we don't have management who will look at the whole picture. And I'll tell you the name of the musician. So you picture this guy while right? So you have people who super talented, creative, will do all kind of things, but when it comes to working out the business part of it, it's shit.
But okay,
because
so
they don't have that balance, whereas you all had that.
this is a creative thing. It is not a musician thing. It's not a local thing.
Right. This why I say
not traditionally not good business people because
right.
your focus is on the passion.
Right.
And business is not passion. Business is the administrative part of it.
So for Joint Pop to be doing what they were doing, and for Orange Sky to be doing what they were doing, and for Vox have been doing that, and for Lynchpin to be doing that, and for they have a few others.
Yeah.
Flying Crapo was doing it at some point.
Mm-hmm. Tripped and Fallen was doing it as
Tripped
well.
and Fallen was doing it. I call in 90% of the popular acts in the last however long, but why were they the popular acts? They had, for each one of those, they had 20 others who was performing at the same time and not getting through. So what we call in the most popular things were actually the most anomalous things. Like that really not supposed to have worked the way it did. Because, and it's because those particular bands were paired with business people.
Yep.
Or had, like, I grew up in one half of my family's business and the other half is educators. So I get a nice hippie mix for projects that I was in. I was able to keep my head around. And I don't know if you remember for Bravo, it had a point where my brother and sister-in-law would come out of the back room with one set of notes. At any point somebody asked what's going on with the money, I had two bankers dealing with it. Right? So that, I recognized where it's beyond me as a creative. And somewhere in there we need to find a balance between business and, I'm not saying business career to become the rich Ferrari driving
to be
rock star.
self-sustainable.
But to be self-sustainable, to be able to buy strings, to be able to, because then you have the other end of the stick, which to me is exploitative, where promoters would say things like, well, you're getting exposure. Like, I remember telling our barman, it's like, what's the name of your bar? What was the last show you had here? I never heard about your bar before. What exposure do you have to offer me? I said, because you hear about me and find my number.
Yeah.
I never hear about you. I provide an exposure to you.
That is a good way to put it to them.
Yeah. And we didn't take the gig. We
Fair
didn't
enough.
take the gig. Because eventually he'd offer $300. And I was like, strings on my basis cost $200. So, no. Oh, I'll give you drinks and food. It's like, but if you pay us, we could buy drinks and food. Like at that point, he thought I was just being facetious, but I was dead serious.
If and I say this to a lot of people who like bakers, chefs, people who making things with their hands.
All of them is
It
creatives.
don't matter.
All of those are creatives.
If you want, the best way to destroy your passion is to turn it into a business.
Yeah.
Is to handle the business side of it as well.
Yeah.
Because you'll start to resent it. You'll start to regret what you're doing. You'll start to hate what you're doing.
It's a partner.
You focus on the creative side of things and get a core group of people, or at least a core one person, at least somebody else that you trust to handle the business side of things as well. That is the formula for success, or will give you a much better chance of success than trying to do everything yourself.
So if I were to simplify that, let the specialists do what they specialize in.
Yeah.
Do be the specialist if it's not for you.
If you don't have a specialist as part of your group.
Right.
So like a band.
Right.
If you do not have specialists as part of your band, then get somebody else to do it for you.
Do you guys handle the business side of things?
We do. But that is because we have specialists in our band.
Yeah. So, okay. So there was a recent thing that happened to me. I'm not going to call the person names. So I do photography as well, right? I do jobs. The photography has been sustaining itself. I don't push as hard as I could because I don't want it to become too much work and take away the fun from it, right? So there's this particular musician, this group that have been doing support work for the videos, for the photography and whatnot, and for the promotional stuff. And there was a gig that was coming up, and I said, "Well, all right, I'll come if you want me to." And the person said, "Yeah, let me see if I could get you a comp." I was like, "A comp? You mean a comp like if I'm a guest? Why my name not on a list like a band member?"
Yeah.
Right? And I was shocked and appalled that I was
and
going to
also
get.
let me see if I can.
Yeah. And I was
not a
shocked and appalled
guarantee.
because I wasn't even charging you. That don't make my joke.
Yeah.
And this person does have a lot of respect for me. And this person does care about me and all of that.
So is it just
but
that they didn't know
in their
better?
mind, because that's not a business person, so you thinking band is the musicians and the support staff is not part of this team.
Yeah.
Is it a separate item to the team? Where I have worked on teams like Tripped and Fallen CD launch, and the recordings and all of that was out 50 people.
Yeah.
People don't know that was out 50 people who actively record was Mark Taverneau, the musicians, but they had equipment coming out of my studio and things we borrowed from Chad and whatever and wherever. And then for the launch, we had a huge meeting in Chad House where this guy like this rough and tough kind of thing and wherever. And of course I have guidelines to it, but you in charge of security, man in the door and wherever, right? These girls like the dressing of things and whatnot, so all in charge of getting our merchandising together and whatnot. But it was all different people who, you know, I see that with comparing Tripped and Fallen to Lynchpin interesting as well, because all you do that with less people, because a lot of these specialties I think exist within the band. And all you have all your video and AVT
lights,
and lights.
We've expanded the core group recently enough, but yeah, so we do have a person that you see for lights, big up to Rovidas, and a person and our sound engineer, a dedicated sound engineer for a while, so big up to Sahaya and Fusion. But we've always had people handling things apart from the door, and that was always my grouse, that we had to handle the door, because after you handle a door for the whole night, then you had to go and play. So by the time you had to go and play, you're tired. You can't give it your
but
all,
you don't be in the
can't give it
frame
your
of mind. It don't matter if you have energy. You're not in performance mode. You're in a different way of appeasing people.
Promoter mode. Exactly.
It's hard to do. Flying Crap, we used to do that. We would get people. We have a committee together and make sure everybody know that too, so that on the night I only had to perform.
Yeah. So now we have people to do the door. We have people to do stage management, everything. So we don't have to do the majority of it. We don't sell our own merch anymore either. That was a big thing as well. So we have dedicated merch.
I used to always reach all your merch table when it closed up. Well, I have some nice hoodies.
I'll link one for you. But yes, so switching from Lynchpin for a bit, because you wanted to talk about the wider industry as well, right?
Yeah. The wider industry as well as where so, and I'm asking you this, not necessarily as a Lynchpin question, where you see yourself going with this, because we established on one side that you have a canvas that you're painting, right, and there are things that would satisfy that need. Beyond doing that for you, is there any onus to go outside of that or push further than that, or even what you're doing to do it bigger, larger numbers? I
am not anywhere close to acting on this, but I've had a running thought in my head for a while, boy, to have an advocacy group for local rock that can go to like events that have young people or whatever, a target audience to advocate for local rock and promote local rock. So not a specific band or anything, but just to let people know, hey, we are local rock here. Because there are lots of people who like, especially now with anime being so popular now.
Yeah.
There are lots of people who are prone to liking rock and metal. Might not even be pure metal, and Vish could probably chime in with this as well because he's a lot younger. No, not a lot younger, but you know what I mean.
He is a lot younger. He was 7 years.
He's a lot
He was
younger
7 years old when you started.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so there are people who are primed to like rock. Like I was primed to like rock, but I thought rock was devil thing until Street Fighter the movie. That was my catalyst.
Yeah.
And they are so there was a influencer that show in Hot Shots, right? This exact show in Hot Shots, freak show. And he posted his video recap on it, and I have real people in the comments, as you'd expect, like what the hell is this? This nonsense, blah 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 blah. But I have a lot more than I expected comments that was saying, hey, this kind of cool, I could get into this now.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. We need more people doing that. So maybe I'm taking a real old school approach in my thinking about the advocacy thing.
Yeah.
To go out, like who going out now? Like it's not out, it's online. Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is.
So,
and that ties into what Akira was talking about just now with using online. And that's something that I think that bands need to do a lot more of. Being in the Caribbean is no longer an excuse because we have the internet.
Yeah. There's a company I'm working with right now who doing some promotional wider for the public, just feel good stuff, right? And the marketing and thing around it, it was decided that no, we're just going to invite influencers and let it trickle out.
Yeah.
And let it trickle out and see where that carries it, because that a little more organic. It not organic in the sense that you're asking people to do this, but it's organic in the sense that we're not taking any creative control over what the influencers
you're not telling them
do.
what to,
Yeah. So and we actually looking forward to people saying this rubbish. I hate it, because somebody
at least
would
they're saying something.
Yeah, and because it's going to have somebody sitting down there like, this fella don't like that. What happened to he or
The
whoever?
worst
Everybody have our opinion.
Response that you can get to something that you're passionate about is meh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
If people hate it and if people love it,
yeah,
that is fine.
yeah.
But if people are ambivalent to what you are doing,
Yeah. I question if ambivalence really, if they're really ambivalent, if it's like, yeah, too cool to give an opinion on one side of it. Because I know
well,
a lot
I'm
of
talking
people,
about true ambivalence.
Right.
I'm not talking about,
yeah.
I need to look like I don't care about this.
Yeah, I agree. True ambivalence is heartbreaking.
Imagine you put your heart and soul into something and
Yeah.
then people just like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, so do you see yourself winding down as a musician? Because you're not like, I mean, we're not spring vicious out there,
Yeah.
you know, but we also in a, I've never felt like, I've seen my parents' generation be not against, but affected by what's this shit young people listening to now,
Yeah.
and their parents were that way and whatever. But we are not seeing that our generation. We kind of excited about what happening next. In a way,
I think that I can speak for myself. I was in that bubble for a while, but that's human nature.
Yeah.
And there are real studies on this. That, you
Well,
know,
have real young people think that I think is shit, but I don't feel the need to say that it is.
Right.
They okay in their space.
Okay.
I okay in my space.
Fair enough.
You know.
Well, I was stuck like that, and I was like, nah, this young people thing is nonsense, whatever.
Yeah.
And then so I went to Rockville that when I was like with Nico and them this year. And there had a lot of young bands that younger people are listening to now.
Yeah.
That played Rockville. And I was like, okay, let me listen to this whole, somebody did a Spotify playlist of all the bands. And I started listening to it and I was like, shit, there's some of these bands are real good, boy. And now I have a whole new set of bands that I like a lot because of that now.
Yeah.
But it took something to force me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I still see people our age, as you say, sticking to what they know. Even if they want young people to get involved with the local scene now, you cannot want young people to get involved in local scene and expect the local scene to still be the same local scene that we've had all the time. Like, it has to evolve.
It has to evolve. It has to change.
And we're going to find bands that... I want to find bands that are playing stuff that younger people are into.
Yeah.
And I think, like, well, Cypher is a good example of that because there's mostly young people in Cypher go in that kind of direction. Because of us, I want to hear the originals. There's a lot of young people in that. That's a very young band.
Yeah.
So I think that is what we need. Younger people getting involved and taking it in whatever direction they want to go in.
Yeah. And another unique thing about this era, because all right, so everybody's have the midlife crisis, some more extreme than others, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering when mine was coming, and I was concerned about, for me, to continue playing music and whatnot, do I really have a space in somewhere? And that was just me in my head. The minute I stop and I look around, it's like, if it's one thing with this generation, it is not limited by them old biases, or you're too old for this, or you're too young for this, or you're a girl, or you're a boy, or you're whatever. It's like, wait a minute, I could come out and do something.
And I find that...
I'm more likely to find my tribe now.
Yeah.
You know?
Your tribe might have younger people. Your tribe might have young 20-something-year-olds now versus when you were 10 years younger. Because I find that younger people now are more open to our type of music.
I think so. I think they open to, younger people now open to a wider range of things. And you're seeing
the nodding is that an agreement.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of things being, you're seeing hybrids happening, you're seeing things changing, we saw Calypso turn into soca.
Yeah.
And we're seeing soca honoring Calypso.
Yeah.
No. You know, you see Eastern arts, or the anime stuff, trying to honor the pop, and now they're doing metal rap crossover kind of man. So it's be like, you know, I play over the intro to some of these things. My little nephew has introduced me to, and it's like, who writing this music? Where this coming from? This is crazy. I would have never think of putting this together with this and whatever. And it's just, you know, it's just,
and it works.
Yeah, it's just a crazy palette in the sense that what was run off from our palettes, now is a refined kind of, you know, things not throw away anymore, things not on the side anymore. It's like everything have kind of have a space. I don't know if that's just we in the age of information and it's easier to find your space.
I'm sure that that's a part of it. I don't know if there is a general mentality for that age group that is more prone to this. But I'm sure that the access to the greater access to the music is part of it as well.
So right, this time we do have to take a break, right? Because we're well over the interview time. But you're bringing some very interesting ideas and wisdom to the talk. So we'll go back to some music. Let me see what I missed in the comments. Timothy, I would love a Flying Crapo reunion too. I would love that also.
You and Windsor do play in a band now?
No, Windsor playing with Luna. I don't know when was the last gig that I was with that band, but not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I not. What? Oh no, nothing terrible, nothing terrible. Hey, look, Leanne Lala, boy, how you going, Gail? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh no. Akira saying I don't know your friend, but it sounds like he didn't want to hurt the friendship by doing business with you. Though it could be he just doesn't have forethought. In this case, we did have a discussion about it afterwards. Me and the friend is good friends. And we were able to talk about it, and they actually did apologize and say, hey, I really didn't think of it like that, and thing, and moving forward, we came up with a plan on how to deal with business as business. Yeah. There's somebody around my age, right? So I kind of narrowed.
I don't say anything, huh?
Yeah, as in somebody around my age who I've known since the start of my musical career.
Journey.
Yeah. So I say the person being my age just to kind of show how long I know the person as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that person don't wear grays and thing as coolly as I do. Anyway, we will be back to kind of close off this interview after these songs. Mm-hmm.
Have hands of love, be soldiers of peace, not agents of sorrow, war and disease. Our fellow creatures, the very best on this earthly worldly ball. Don't treat them with such scorn. Have hands of love, hearts of peace. Be angels on this planet, and not demonic beings. It all goes back to the golden rule. Love and what should be the two? No more stealing innocent life. Hands of love, no more killing lives. Have hands of love, hearts of peace. Be angels on this planet, and not demonic beings. Have hands of love, hearts of peace. Be angels on this planet, and not demonic beings. Have hands of love, no more cages, hearts of peace, no more slavery. Be angels on this planet, we want to live, and not demonic beings. We deserve to live.
And we are the dreamers of dreams, wandering at lone sea breakers, sitting at desolate streams, world losers and world forsakers, on which the pale moon gleams. Yet we are the movers and shakers of the world forever it may seem.
Put my shame on this brain. Yes, in my lungs, out of death and drown I know. This is the last time. Look at this face, and the progress. I'm carrying the guilt on my back. Always alone. Yes, if you think that this will ruin me, think again. You'll live on ocean. Everything's out there below, but it's covered in time. There is no escape. It's a grave you dug for me. Grave you dug for me. You did nothing but a right for disappointment. Laid down by the voices in my actions. With these words of shame, no one will ever know. Just have to break your get out. It's all around me. So what the fuck are you? Just remember, you're such a win. Where you were shame in my eyes, with a smile on my face. Always I am my life was so needed. Nothing is left for me, not the guillotine. Screaming out my love, while this blade constantly.
Yes, so that was Grave by Beyond the Animus. Before that, Sacrificing the Goat, Death in Paradise. And before that, Hands of Love by Rahil. Big tune there, Rahil.
Very eclectic mix there.
Very eclectic mix by DJ Vish. Actually, I'm not really a DJ, you know, or host. Vish is a budding DJ. Akira hailing out. Well, rest in peace, Jenny. It's never too late to remember your friends and to honor them, alive and past. So Jenny will always be with us. I think she was missing from that show. Gerard,
Show.
you know her?
Yeah.
Like she is. I think I had it right. You had it right. Yeah. She was just fun. Used to walk in.
She was a scene saltfish. Like she was just cool with everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it should be tolerated for it.
Thanks. Yeah, we had to do something. You know, like, we can not do. We can just play a gig.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one of the last conversations we had was Jenny sent me a picture with my father. Her and my father. Like, man. Apparently, my dad knows her brother, so they were across. My dad was across by them, and she was there too. And somehow ended up talking and realized that he's my dad. So I get a random message from Jenny with Jenny and my dad. So
That's kind of cool though.
yeah.
Yeah. So Akira also saying shout out to his cousin Kristen from Kobalais, Rishi, Akash, and a friend Bones. Ballad of Big Donny. Yes, boy. Donny is putting some kind of work there, boy.
So
Yep.
I was like, we can't have this conversation and Donny name can't get mentioned. I was trying to figure out how to talk about Donny, how to mention Donny in all of this. Because like where we going is Donny is a big part of that now.
Of where you're going?
Of where the industry is going, where the scene, if you want to call it the scene, whatever you want to term it as.
And he's such a humble person. Like he don't realize how big his impact is.
Yeah.
Or how great, you know? Like I told him at some time I really admire the level of he's getting it and the level of detail and the paying attention and whatnot, and that the only way you can make a mistake with things like this in a live performance is if you're not really into it.
Yeah.
And you don't make mistakes. That's kind of amazing. Because by the time I was your age, I made thousands of glaring errors.
I'm still making mistakes.
Yeah. So. I mean, he probably is and we don't realize it, but it's his own, eh?
Yeah.
But it's his own. Yeah, boy, Donny. Yeah, boy, Donny. So Gerard, let's finish off. Yeah, I can't keep this microphone in my lap as you requested.
Ooh, yeah, that's real heavy.
It's just weird. Laps are for
cumbersome
for kittens and stray away M&Ms.
That's not where I thought you were gonna go for that, but okay, sure.
No, it's a family show. It's a family show. We can't.
I literally just sent my mom the link, so me.
Yeah. So so tell me the show and
Freak show.
I have 301 lynch
You
bucks.
have 300, see.
No. I had 302 before I gave you that one.
Fair enough.
Right. You had a 20 as well?
I don't have any. Yeah, give me a 20 now.
Is it 20? You have 50?
So, a rich.
And 10.
A rich and linchpin money.
Yeah, what are you doing with this now?
Not a clue.
All right. So we'll cash it in at some point.
But yeah, so big up Zigzag and Hot Shots. They had a good show, a real good show. Given that it is their first show, I would say a really, really well done show.
Dude, that's Zigzag.
Yeah, Zigzag.
Yeah. That was awesome. Like the venue was real cool. The everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It had the place was full, and you didn't have to wait or get walked over to park, to get drinks, to go to the bathroom.
They needed more staff at the bar for sure.
I didn't actually go to the bar. People went to the bar for and came back quickly.
But they were lucky. But this is teething issues. So I'm not going to be too hard on hotshots for that, because you don't know what you don't know. And we've experienced this so many times as well, but we will tell a venue, hey, we selling 500 tickets or we selling 300 tickets or whatever. We know this is the number of people coming. Staff your bar accordingly now.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about bar owners. They would have regularly been like, oh yeah, okay, cool, and then not staff the bar properly, you know.
But other than the bar, you found
No
everything.
issues, none.
Good.
Which is a real rare thing for a first time
Yeah.
show like that. No?
I really like the venue.
Yeah.
I really like the venue. I like it
Agreed.
had 1,000 security, and it wasn't imposing security. It was helpful. It's like,
Yeah, you
hey,
felt safe,
come
but
this way,
exactly, not-
come this way, park here.
Yeah.
Hey, the only reason we put you so far in the back, we run out, so we do your thing when you're ready. You know, it's like everybody was customer service now. I really like the place. I really like
And as Jen said, the place was air conditioned, and that was amazing. Yep, agreed. From a band perspective, I felt like, I'm not saying that I expected this to happen, but the VIP area just felt so nice that you expected there to be like free drinks as well. That real food, so they gave us food.
Yeah.
Which was great. And you don't expect those things. So that was awesome. But it was so nice, like you just walk, they're like, it's kind of free drinks experience as well, boy.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
not saying that as a negative to them. I'm just saying that it was so nice that
it was
is
so becoming.
Yeah. That is a real good setup. For bands, it's a real good setup.
Yeah.
For the crowd, it's a real good setup.
I wanted to storm the
VIP
backstage, but I didn't have the energy.
Well,
I didn't have the energy. I dressed as a paparazzi.
You could. I see people walking up and saying,
I probably could have, but nah. Now my nephew and niece and children and thing and everybody was there, so it kind of
serious?
cool to line with them. Yeah,
"Oh, nice."
not my children. I don't have children.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah. There were a lot of new faces as well, and I find I'm saying that frequently enough now at shows, and I'm really liking that. That
Yeah,
you're
it's
seeing
awesome.
new faces for every show.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I have two last things to ask you before we finish this interview, right?
Sure.
The one of them is, so you married,
I am
children,
one
child.
that I know of.
I don't say it like that, but yeah. So you always hear this thing, boy, will I stop playing because you know you get married and you have children and you can't do this and you can't do that and what. What's your view on that?
Yeah, context. I'll give some context.
Okay.
I never liked children. Like, I never had experience with kids. I don't have any younger siblings. I was never around people. I don't have nieces or nephews or nothing, right? So I had friends who had children, and I didn't even like hold their child or anything because I just did not like or know how to deal with kids now. So it's only when my wife's best friend had her sons, and they're like 9 and 7 now.
Yeah.
I was forced to deal with kids at that. So it was only 9 years ago that I started learning how to deal with kids, right?
Yeah.
So my son, I've always felt a bit like an imposter when it comes to musicianship, right? So like, I don't know, I've always wondered, am I really a musician or am I just pretending at this thing, right?
I remember hearing you with this. Yeah.
But my son, like, I know for fact now that is in my genes because my son just went to a guitar, acoustic guitar, more as decoration than anything.
Yeah.
And he just went up to it and he just started hitting these strings. And then anytime you could just do this. And he started dancing. And then he started drumming on things. So 100% music is in his blood now, it's in his genes.
Yeah.
So to answer your question now, after that context, I feel energized and I actually look forward to taking him to shows, and I look forward to, I don't want to force him down a particular genre or a particular path or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I really look forward to helping him along his musical journey now and helping him explore that side of his talent. And like, we have my babysitter, she has a son and he is 11, and he is one of the most naturally gifted musician. He's not into music as yet. He's now getting into music. But he's one of the most naturally gifted musical people that I have ever met. And he's 11. I was teaching, said 9-year-old or the 7-year-old a little song on piano. Put the piano down there. He was, oh my gosh. He picked up the piano and he started playing it. And I was like, oh, you know piano too? And he's like, no, I never touched a piano before.
Yeah, that fella need to be exposed.
So every time he by me, I showed him how to DJ because he looks like he not wants to, but I see him getting into like beat making and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I went online, I pull up like a free DAW or something like that, and I just helped him create some music. And like he learning drums in school now. So I see my role not getting diminished with music, but evolving to incorporate younger people now, including my son.
That's awesome. Awesome.
So I'm happy about it. I don't see music coming out of my life anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I may not have time to do a lot of the things that I want to do, but yeah.
Yeah. Just keep them exposed. That's awesome. So the other question is, will you tell me some of the lyrics from a Lynchpin song? Any Lynchpin song? Like a verse. Like so I try to listen and understand what the lyrics are. Yeah. You don't have to quote verbatim, but tell me choose the last release you all had.
Yeah.
And give us a synopsis on what the lyrics are about.
Hallowed Halls. Well, okay, so I have to talk about Omnipotent because I don't see the video that we just released.
Yeah, I actually like that
single.
I have a thing for
Staples. Sorry, I have a thing for.
Yeah, no, I have a thing for simple structure videos that impacted. So like that single room type thing.
Yeah,
and you can't stop watching it.
That's Sivan's brainchild. That's all Sivan.
Yeah. So anyway, let me stop cutting you off because. Yeah.
So Omnipotent is about a guru type figure or one of these false prophet type figures that is leading people down the path, but then he is leading people at first towards God, but then he's so egotistical that he's thinking that he is God at the end of it.
Right.
So he's becoming corrupted by the end of it as well. Well, not as well, but he's becoming corrupted by the end of it, right? That song is a good example. This is not what you asked me, but that song is a good example of my Christian beliefs coming into some of the band lyrics as well, because the band lyrics were, Sivan's lyrics were a bit different before. And I felt like I didn't feel right playing it for him singing those lyrics before. So we had a conversation about it, and he was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. We still keeping the same concept of the song, but I'll adjust the lyrics. And then I actually spoke about that, and people came up to me afterwards and was like, oh, I'm real happy that you all did that, because we really like that song, but we felt a little way when we heard those lyrics now, because he was singing the original lyrics the first few times we played the song. So that's one song. The chorus for Hallowed Halls, we didn't play it for Freak Show, is the first song that we've done that, like, I was singing a chorus from the time we actually heard it. I was like, it so got me. And I remember, because I listening to too much dancehall these days, I cannot remember the chorus now. But that chorus real got me. And I think the lyrics are on Spotify, I think.
I'll check it out. I'll definitely, I don't like Spotify, but I will check it out just for that purpose. Because I have always been big on lyrics, right? But my roots kind of very folksy. Like, I like folksy singer-songwriter type things. I grew up on Simon and Garfunkel, that kind of thing. So lyrics is always have big
lyricists.
Yeah. So obviously the lyrics mean something. It's just that I can't discern them. And it's a running joke for me.
Well, it's
And
around
for
for a
Sivan.
lot of people, yeah.
And I love the fact that all you could laugh at it because in one of all your promo things, Sivan was writing the lyrics and it was just go,
Yeah.
or roar, some stupid. I like that all you get that. No. That's
We do not
that's
take
awesome.
ourselves too seriously.
Yeah. But it's a band of mature people, I would say. Not, I don't mean mature as in these big men and they
No,
know,
your
but
outlook on things.
your outlook and your acceptance of things and your ability to look at yourself as well. I from in the earlies in that band, I noticed this iteration of the band. I noticed that there was some level of introspection that happened, and everybody just became in tune. Some kind of focus, like
I was telling somebody the other day, might have even been Ruston, but I was telling somebody the other day that I feel like my superpower, or like a superpower, is being able to not take yourself seriously, is to, but also know your self-worth and not let people's opinions affect you, especially if it's negative opinions. Take what you need to take from it if it's critical feedback. But if somebody be like, that band is real crap, or you didn't play this, blah, 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 to not be affected by it now. I feel like letting things like that affect you is destroy your life. Because you don't stop at one person saying it now. You can't turn off the tap. Your tap always on for that. So I feel like our superpower is locking off the tap.
Yeah, it is definitely because I've seen people lose the self with that, or eat up the self with that, or I find I'm muting this mic too often. I'm going to start calling names. So look, Genevieve, I talked to you about this using your real name. Why don't you use your rock name? Anyhow, she said before I forget, she'd like to extend her deepest love and appreciation for the tribute to Jenny at Freak Show. She would have truly enjoyed it.
Thank you, Jen. I didn't know what to expect from playing that song, that song especially. But I think that she would have loved that for sure, and I really appreciated the response that the crowd gave for that moment especially.
And Rihanna in the comments telling us there's an asphyxiation lyric video. Sivan said the same thing. They have a lyrics video too, and Omnipotent had lyrics in the description. So you know what? For me to not be a total cacahole, next week when we play that song, I'm going to try to sing along. I'm going to read the lyrics, and I am genuinely going to try to sing along because there's something about your style of music that and I accept. I don't understand. I can't write music like you, right? But I'll have to try. I have to get into it because there's something so intense and so real about it that undeniable now. So all the fun I'm making, Sivan, be clear, all the fun and silliness I'm making, I'm genuinely interested in the process. So Akira asked, he said he would love to hear the original lyrics to Omnipotent. I think that is in reference to what Gerard was saying, that you all had adjusted some things based on
it was as Sivan said, it was just mostly just the first two lines. And it's not even the whole line.
Yes. Yeah, Sivan. I think this is a conversation that you might need to have in person with Sivan and Gerard, Akira. I don't know if we could bust them files here.
No, it's fine. We changed it to Almighty, and it was a curse word before. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
So the song starts in the name of Almighty God, and it was in the name of God.
Right. Yeah. Let me not add too much to that, but yeah.
So while I get fully get and like the concept of the song, it just I used to feel I want to feel totally comfortable playing the music now, and I was not feeling totally comfortable playing that song because of that.
Yeah, well, I get it. I will add to that off air. So Gerard, it was great having you.
Thank you.
I was interested and
happy birthday.
Thanks. Happy birthday to Aaron. And let me tell you, I have a few other musicians who birthdays today, and I'm all of a sudden not remembering.
I feel like we gotta get Jose to come out with the birthday shout outs.
Yeah. Sheldon Holder from 12.
Don't make joke.
is
Oh, happy birthday to
today
Sheldon,
as
yeah.
well. I think he's in Canada now.
Yep.
Still performing and doing his thing.
I randomly limed with him the last time I was in Canada. Well, one of the last times I was in Canada.
Serious?
Bowling, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Otway and Sheldon pulled through. At a kind of big lime.
I had real like 12, like 5.
12 is
like,
still one of my favorite bands.
and then when they introduced that trumpeter, and I was like, Anyway, Gerard, thanks for being here. You're always a thoughtful, insightful person and a personal inspiration. Like, I love the way you always keep it together and the way you have kept it together, and that you don't know the wrong way to do things. I don't know if I explained myself, if I worded that
I feel
properly.
like I do know the wrong way to do things. It's just I've done the wrong things already. So.
I've only seen the exemplary side of you. I've seen hints that you might have a bad temper, but I've never seen the temper. And I worked with you on a million things.
Anger management has helped me a lot.
Yeah. Well, whatever you're doing it well.
Big up anger management.
Yeah. And I will add this, right? I don't know if I ever said this to you personally. It's real odd you saying about not liking children and whatever. And the funny thing is, it have plenty. My father was awesome to me. And they have certain traits you have that's really remind me of him, of the way he would speak about things and do certain things. So, like, it just fit in. It's like, yeah, this guy going to be a cool father if he ever decide to be a father. You know? So, I don't know how much that worth, but...
Yeah, no, it's worth a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for coming out. We're gonna play a few songs to go out. How much songs we have to go out? Right, we're playing one song to go out next week.
Few songs.
One few songs. Yeah. Next week we have a guy coming in. His Facebook handle is Trinidad Music of All Types. There's another guitarist, but he coming in as a musician. You know who I'm talking about? Is our next South man. Who? From Central. From Presale. Denny.
And I was now going to be like, yeah, man, I saw Denny for a freak show as well.
Yeah, he was there and he came as Klaus, man, but the Indian version. That's what that shirt was. So he was doing a performance and thing first. So anyway, Gerard, thanks for coming out. We hope you all donate 6-8 is supposed to be pinned at the top of the chat there. Help us keep the lights on, pay our bills and whatnot. Kelo will be back sometime in January, I think, or February. Until then, you have me and maybe a few others. Maybe the next time Gerard comes on, he could DJ. Yeah, scratch a few things. We have some interesting things coming up, and we hoping to do something special before we close off for the year. So you all think of what you all want to hear, what you want to see, what missing, and leave it in the comments. Let us know. So until then, we'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Mommy and Leanne and the rest of my family members who tuned in and said happy birthday, and for everybody for the birthday greetings. Thanks very much. I really enjoyed it. I love being here. This is not work. It was my pleasure to be able to do this on my birthday. This is something I lived my whole life for. Thanks and good night.